Oprah Winfrey is undoubtedly a hugely influential and successful celebrity in our time. She began her career in television and has built an empire from there. But like anyone in the public eye, her rise to the top hasn't been without controversy. From rags to riches, from beloved icon to controversial figure, this is the true story of Oprah Winfrey, a tale of remarkable success, unprecedented influence, and the complexities that come with maintaining a media empire in the spotlight. Oprah Winfrey's journey from poverty to becoming one of the most influential media personalities in the world is one word: extraordinary. Born in rural Mississippi in 1954 to a teenage single mother, Oprah's early life was marked by hardship and adversity. Yet, through sheer determination and an undeniable talent for connecting with people, she would go on to build a media empire and become the first black female billionaire in North America. Oprah's ascent began in broadcasting, where her emotional and improvised speaking style set her apart. At just 19, she became a co-anchor for the local evening news in Nashville. Her unique ability to connect with audiences soon led her to the world of daytime talk shows. In 1984, she took over as host of AM Chicago, a struggling local talk show. Within months, it went from last place to first in the ratings, surpassing Phil Donahue's national show. This success catapulted Oprah to national syndication. The Oprah Winfrey Show debuted in 1986 and would go on to run for 25 years, becoming the highest-rated talk show in American television history. Oprah's influence was so profound that it gave rise to the term Oprah effect. Her endorsement could turn obscure books into bestsellers and unknown personalities into household names. Oprah's influence extended far beyond her talk show. She founded Harpo Productions, launched the Oprah Winfrey Network, OWN, and created Oprah's Book Club, which turned unknown titles into bestsellers overnight. Her philanthropic efforts cemented her reputation as a generous and caring public figure. By the early 2000s, Oprah had become more than just a talk show host. She was a cultural icon, trusted confidant to millions, and one of the most powerful women in the world. Her rags to riches story seemed to embody the American dream, inspiring countless individuals to overcome their own obstacles. However, as Oprah's empire grew, so did the scrutiny. The cracks in her carefully crafted image began to show, and controversies started to emerge. When she decided to open the South African Leadership Academy boarding school for girls in 2007, it seemed like a noble endeavor. She even claimed that the school was inspired by her own disadvantaged upbringing. Initially, she funded the school with over $40 million of her own money, but the South African government wasn't thrilled with Oprah's plan. They kind of thought it was a bit too fancy, especially considering how strapped for cash the region is. I mean, it's no secret that the region is marked by extreme poverty. So opening up a fancy school like that, yeah, it didn't sit too well with them. Anyway, Oprah's vision was to provide education and leadership opportunities to talented girls in grades 8 through 12. But within a year, 6 out of the 152 students personally chosen by Oprah to attend the school accused the dorm matron of inappropriate behavior, including physical abuse. In the end, the matron was cleared of the charges, but it certainly cast a shadow over the school's image. Fast forward 2 years, and 7 students found themselves suspended for engaging in inappropriate acts with each other and sexually harassing a classmate. And then, in 2011, there was the truly shocking discovery of a newborn's body found in one of the students' bags. To top it off, parents of the students weren't exactly thrilled with the school's strict rules. They complained that the restrictions on visits, phone calls, and email contact made it feel like their kids were in prison. They could only see their children for a measly 2-hour visit each month. Oprah did have chats with concerned parents, but it seemed she wasn't too keen on loosening up the school's tight rules. All of this certainly adds some layers to Oprah's story, and it's not exactly in line with the wholesome and inspirational image she's known for. Now I get it. Oprah might not have this iron grip on what her students are up to, but you've got to wonder why she's not doing anything about it, right? The answer to this riddle might just be hanging out in her friend's circle. You know that saying, "Show me your friends and I'll show you a bit of who you are." Oprah and Harvey Weinstein have been friends for a good couple of decades. It's kind of hard to buy the whole "she didn't know what he was up to" story because, let's be real, Weinstein's reputation as a shady character goes way back to the 90s. Even Rose McGowan took a shot at Oprah, publicly calling her as fake as they come. She didn't mince words, pointing out Oprah's past friendship with now convicted rapist Harvey Weinstein and accusing her of putting on a show when it came to supporting the Me Too movement, because instead of speaking out against her friend, Oprah seemed to seize the opportunity with the Leaving Neverland documentary about Michael Jackson. She went all out promoting it, even hosting a special show after it aired. She brought some of Michael Jackson's accusers on her show for interviews. But guess what? There wasn't a plan in sight to invite any of Harvey Weinstein's victims onto her show. Now, isn't that a bit weird? She's protecting her friend Weinstein while covering Michael Jackson's allegations. And Weinstein's no angel. He's a convicted criminal. And MJ is dead, so he can't defend himself now. So why isn't Oprah holding him accountable? It's almost like she was using the whole Michael Jackson saga for her own showbiz agenda. If she really cared about victims, she'd talk about her associate Harvey Weinstein too. But when it comes to MJ, it's a whole different story. Back in '93, Michael Jackson did this legendary interview with Oprah, one of the most watched ever. It pretty much skyrocketed Oprah to superstardom. Over the years, she interviewed nearly every member of the Jackson family to ride the wave of Michael Jackson's fame. But when he passed away, it seemed like she changed her tune. Here's another intriguing aspect of Oprah's celebrity endorsements. She put the spotlight on a guy named John of God, making him even more famous and kinda legit, or so it seemed. Oprah had him on her show back on November 10, 2010, in an episode titled, "Do You Believe in Miracles?" It looked like she was giving him a big stage to showcase his supposed healing talents. But fast forward about 8 years and Jao Te Sira de Faria, aka John of God, found himself in hot water in Abadiânia, Brazil, facing some very serious sexual assault charges. Oprah's whole show about this guy definitely gave him a major boost in fame and probably a ton of new clients. But the jaw-dropper? Over 600 accusations came flooding in from folks claiming to be victims of this so-called spiritual healer. And guess what? John of God got handed a 370-year prison sentence. It really makes you wonder about Oprah's choices when it comes to shining a spotlight on certain individuals. You see, her gig as a TV host has put her in the same room with some pretty interesting characters. But as they say, fame and fortune often go hand in hand, and boy, does she have a fortune. According to Forbes, Oprah's worth a cool $2.5 billion. Now, it's not all that surprising that a chunk of that fortune might have come at the expense of others. While we can't say for sure that every penny in that massive stash is squeaky clean, we can certainly shine a light on some of the controversies that seem to have come with it. She's got a production company, her own cable network, a magazine, Oprah.com, and even her own radio station. She's got properties all over the place: Montecito, California, Fisher Island, Florida, Lavallette, New Jersey, Douglasville, Georgia, and Telluride, Colorado. And that's not all. She's also got her hands on a slice of paradise in Antigua and Maui. On this Hawaiian paradise, Oprah's got a whopping 100 acres in Hana, 1,000 acres upcountry, complete with an ultra-exclusive 12-room bed and breakfast, and a 4-mile road. And this isn't your run-of-the-mill road. It's a 12-foot wide stretch of concrete and asphalt. It snakes its way from the water tank at Kealakapu Road near Pialani Highway in Kihei to Keokoa near Haleakala Highway. Now, you'd think a road like that could be a game-changer to ease Central Maui's traffic, right? Well, think again. The public can't use it, not even a little bit. Even so, the idea of someone just coming in and buying up kapu, that is, sacred land, like it's no big deal doesn't sit well with many. Hawaiians, who've had roots on the island since time immemorial, often struggle to hold on to their land. Yet, here's Oprah with her private road. It just doesn't add up. You might be thinking, oh, it's just a road anyway. But let's rewind to 2019 when a brush fire erupted. Residents were practically begging Oprah to open that road, desperately needed for people in Malaya and parts of Kihei to escape the flames. Sure, she eventually granted access, but doesn't it strike you as a bit odd? Having to ask for permission to use a road during a wildfire when lives are on the line. And when you start racking up land purchases like it's a shopping spree, it raises some eyebrows. In 2023 alone, Oprah snapped up a 520-acre plot for $3.89 million and 330 acres for $2.47 million. She even bought two 10-acre chunks for a cool $100,000 each. So, while she's known for her philanthropy, there's a lingering question about whether it all adds up. In late 2023, another wildfire struck. This time, it was a real mess, tearing through homes near Oprah's place. But, as luck would have it, her property, once again, emerged unscathed. Lucky Oprah, right? Well, not so lucky for the rest of the people. After the catastrophic inferno, Oprah and Dwayne Johnson teamed up to create the People's Fund of Maui. They started things off with an initial contribution of $10 million and opened the door for the public to chip in. Now, when this fund hit the scene at the end of August, some people started scratching their heads. Why didn't these two deep-pocketed celebrities just foot the entire bill themselves? Why were they, in essence, asking working-class Americans to open their wallets? Well, Oprah and The Rock had their reasons. They've been doing the charity thing for as long as they can remember, and they thought starting with $10 million would get the ball rolling before opening the Maui Wildfires Fund to others who wanted to help but didn't know how. But not everyone saw it that way. I mean, you're one of the richest women in the world and you're hitting us up for cash. Shouldn't you be tapping into your loaded circle of friends instead of folks who are just trying to make ends meet? In fact, many questions remain unanswered unless, is Oprah really the person we think she is? These controversies have led to a significant shift in public perception of Oprah. Once seen as an unassailable icon of American success and generosity, she now faces increased scrutiny and criticism. I guess it's not that simple maintaining a multi-billion-dollar empire while navigating public expectations. Still, her journey from a small-town girl to a global media powerhouse remains inspirational. Oprah has received numerous awards for her impressive achievements, including America's top civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, in 2013 from President Barack Obama. A permanent display at the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture honors her important contributions to society. She is also known for his passionate advocacy in establishing a national registry for child abuse offenders. Her philanthropic efforts have generously supported various educational initiatives. But underneath it all, there are hidden motives that we may never fully grasp. As Oprah herself once said, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." Perhaps now, more than ever, she needs to heed her own advice. One company that could definitely have used some advice is Boeing, which went from being a darling of the skies to a complete disaster of a company. Check out the story of Boeing's disastrous downfall in the thumbnail on your screen, and we'll see you there.